Pierce Brendan Brosnan was born on May 16, 1953, in the quiet Irish town of Navan County Meath. His early life was far from the glamorous image the world would later associate with him. His father left when he was an infant, and his mother moved to London to work as a nurse, hoping to build a better future. As a result, Pierce spent much of his childhood living with relatives. Though he was cared for, the absence of a stable family environment left a deep impression on him. Like many children in similar circumstances, he often felt like an outsider looking in. Yet those early experiences quietly shaped his resilience. They also gave him a thoughtful, observant nature that would later become one of his greatest strengths as an actor. Long before fame arrived, Pierce was simply a young boy trying to find where he belonged. Growing up between worlds. When Pierce was around 10 years old, his mother sent for him to join her in London. The move was a dramatic change. The busy city felt very different from the slower pace of rural Ireland. At school, he struggled at first, feeling behind academically and socially. Yet, London also introduced him to possibilities he had never imagined before. As a teenager, he became fascinated with art and creativity, discovering that drawing and painting helped him express feelings he often kept to himself. These quiet, creative outlets allowed him to process the uncertainty he had experienced growing up. Although he still felt somewhat like an outsider, the city gave him something valuable: opportunity. For the first time, Pierce began to see that life could take unexpected directions, and that perhaps he could shape his own path rather than simply adapting to circumstances. Finding the stage. In his late teens, Pierce stumbled into the world of performance in an unusual way. He briefly learned a fire-eating act and performed it for small crowds, an experience that surprised him. Standing in front of strangers and capturing their attention awakened something inside him. Soon after, he discovered acting and enrolled at the Drama Centre London, one of the most respected drama schools in the country. The training there was intense, demanding students to explore emotion and truth in their performances. For Pierce, it felt natural. His life experiences had already given him a deep well of feeling and observation. Acting allowed him to transform personal experiences into something meaningful. After graduating in the mid-1970s, he began performing in theatre, slowly building his craft. Success did not come overnight, but each role helped him grow more confident in the path he had chosen. Television opens the door. Pierce's breakthrough came in 1982 when he was cast in the television series Remington Steele. The show followed a clever detective agency that invented a fictional male boss for credibility, only for that identity to eventually be embodied by Brosnan's charming character. His wit, confidence, and effortless screen presence quickly made him a favourite with audiences. American viewers embraced him, and the series brought him international recognition. It was during this time that producers of the James Bond films began noticing him. His elegance and natural charisma seemed perfect for the iconic role. For a young actor who had once struggled to be noticed, the attention felt extraordinary. Yet, fame also brought new pressures and expectations. While his career was gaining momentum, the most meaningful changes in his life were happening away from the cameras. Love and family. In 1980, Pierce married Australian actress Cassandra Harris. Their relationship became a central part of his life. Cassandra already had 2 children from a previous marriage, and Pierce adopted them, embracing the role of father with deep commitment. Together, they later welcomed a son, creating a warm and lively household. For someone who had grown up without a stable family, this meant everything. Friends often described their home as filled with laughter and creativity. Pierce balanced his growing career with his devotion to family life, determined to give his children the security he had once longed for. During these years, he felt he had finally found the sense of belonging that had been missing in his early life. Yet life can be unpredictable, and the years ahead would test his strength in ways he never expected. The role that almost was. By the mid-1980s, Pierce Brosnan seemed the perfect candidate to become the next James Bond. In fact, he was initially offered the role. However, a contractual obligation with Remington Steele prevented him from accepting it. The television network renewed the show, legally requiring him to remain with the series. As a result, the Bond role went to another actor. For many people, such a moment might have felt like a crushing setback. Pierce handled it with remarkable professionalism. Publicly, he remained gracious and continued working steadily in film and television. Privately, he simply kept moving forward. Looking back, the experience taught him patience and perspective. Sometimes opportunities arrive later than expected, and sometimes the timing simply is not right. What mattered most was continuing to grow as an actor and as a person. Life beyond the tuxedo. After nearly a decade playing Bond, Brosnan eventually stepped away from the role in the early 2000s. Rather than trying to repeat the same image, he explored new creative directions. One of his most surprising performances came in the film The Matador, where he played an unconventional and humorous character that showed a different side of his talent. Later, he delighted audiences again in the musical film Mamma Mia, embracing the joy and playfulness of the role, even singing on screen. These projects demonstrated his willingness to take risks and avoid being defined by a single character. For Pierce, acting had never been about maintaining an image. It was about storytelling, curiosity, and continuing to evolve. His career after Bond proved that reinvention is possible at any stage of life. Art, advocacy, and creativity. Outside acting, Pierce Brosnan has always maintained a deep love for visual art. Painting became a personal form of expression, something he had enjoyed since childhood. Over time, he began sharing his artwork publicly, and many of his pieces have been exhibited internationally. He has also used his platform to support causes he believes in, particularly environmental protection and health research. Alongside his wife Keely Shea Smith, he has contributed to numerous charitable initiatives. For him, fame carries responsibility. Rather than focusing only on personal success, he has chosen to use his visibility to support issues that affect people and the planet. These efforts reveal another dimension of his character, one rooted not in celebrity, but in compassion and purpose. Levant again. In the 1990s, Pierce met journalist and environmental activist Keely Shea Smith. Their relationship developed naturally and grew into a strong partnership built on shared values. They married in Ireland in 2001 and have 2 sons together. Keely's grounded personality and independent spirit have often been credited with bringing balance and stability to his life. Friends and colleagues frequently describe their relationship as warm, supportive, and genuine. Pierce has spoken openly about his admiration for her and the importance of family in his life. Together, they have built a home filled with creativity, humour, and mutual respect. For someone who once searched for a sense of belonging, this chapter represents something deeply meaningful. A life rooted in love, partnership, and shared purpose. A legacy beyond film. When people think of Pierce Brosnan, the image that often comes first is the elegant spy in a tuxedo. Yet his real legacy extends far beyond that role. His journey reflects resilience, creativity, and the ability to keep growing despite life's challenges. From a childhood marked by uncertainty to global recognition as an actor, he has continually reinvented himself while remaining grounded in what truly matters: family, art, and compassion. The man behind the famous character has shown that strength is not about perfection or invincibility. It is about perseverance, kindness, and the willingness to keep moving forward. Pierce Brosnan's story reminds us that behind every public image is a human life filled with experiences, lessons, and quiet moments of courage that shape who we become.